All right, so let's go ahead and continue with our 3-1-3-1 training. We're going to start now on the attack. And what better way to start than the kickoff? As you can see, with the kickoff, we have a small change to what we walk through. What we're going to play out is the striker's going to take the pass back. And we have options now. So the DM and the CM will set up on the outside of the circle to receive the ball, which means they do have options to play back to the back. We can play it out to the mid, play it back to the CB, who can work the ball around, and now we're playing out the back. Or in situations, if they are playing on the inside of our guys, we have room now to make that move in. Okay, so we can take the ball, bring it in, play it alongside our striker. Maybe we're playing a pass into space for our CM. So there's a lot of things we can do with this setup, right? The one thing we have to be mindful of is we cannot be up here. Too many times you see this from teams where they'll run their right mids, they'll bring their right wings, they'll bring their mids up, and they'll start stacking everybody. Well, the only place you can go is back. And these guys all know it. So they just come in, go right back to the center back. Okay? So with this formation, is even if these guys play on the line, we're going to say they're going to play on the line because they're being very aggressive. Okay? If these guys are back here, again, we're talking about seconds, right? So you'll have 2 to 3 seconds to make that next pass. All right? So you can go backwards. You can, if this guy jams you, can play it into a space if you needed to. Not exactly ideal, but that is an option for you. You can just play right back up the striker if you needed to. So there's a lot of things that you can do if you're farther back. All right. Now you'll see here the backs themselves are actually playing in space. So they're still tight on the center back, but they're taking this space here because, again, that ball gets played back. They may have to make a quick pass forward to the wing, who brings it in, or maybe the wing is going back out, drops to the sideline, takes this guy with them, and now they have a little bit of room to move the ball up. There's a lot more options if you do it this way, okay? Rather than just stacking them straight line back, because then the team you're playing against automatically knows what you're trying to do. Okay, they know, hey, you're gonna go backwards with this ball. Okay, so again, I can send runners up. You want to make it as difficult as possible for them to guess what you're trying to do. So in this formation, as I said before, our DM and our CM are back. We're going to bring our wings wide. Okay, we always start wide. So this way, this guy would come with us, and we can play this ball into space in front of our wing, and now we have movement. Okay, if you start here, only way for you to go is this way, and typically you're already facing the striker. It's going to be behind you. A lot easier for the defender to take it if you're not ready for it. Okay, so always better to come here and then go in. All right. So when in doubt, yes, we can go back to our center back, who can play it back to our goalie, who can bang it back out again. Again, there's a risk because as you're doing that, everyone's still coming in. The nice thing about playing back to a center back is the fact that everyone does come in, and now you can move and create more space to work the ball up, and now you can go and attack faster. So as we get better with this formation, we'll start working on how to play the ball out of the back from the kickoff to drag in the attackers. But for right now, what I want to do is just focus on making these quick passes and getting our attack back on. All right. Okay, so let's get our reset here. I'm going to get these guys back in their positions as they should be. All right. So we've already got the striker coming in. All right. So let's just say we've done a kickoff. We got a turnover. Okay. We're going to reset our line. Okay. So we're stacking our backs again. As a striker comes in, let's get these two guys together. All right, great. Our CM will start coming up with them. All right. What this allows a striker to do is if they get jammed up, right? They have a passing option that's close by. We're always going to be playing with, we're going to try to play wide with our wings, all right? We're going to take what they give us, because natural for a defense to start cheating in. They want to go where the ball is, okay? Especially at this age, they want to go where the ball is, which gives us more space. Now, if my striker starts going this way, my center mid may have to overlap them. My right mid wing may have to come in to play space to help out. But if the ball keeps going this way, my left wing is not going to be coming all the way in. All right? Take what they give you, be in a spot to receive it, because you can always play back and out. Very important that we don't all go in central. If we go in all in central, it's very easy for them to defend us. They have right now, if you can count, there's 5 defenders right in our way. And that's not even counting these guys who are probably dropping it on your inside and making it very easy. All right? So if we can spread them out, you will typically take a defender with you, even just a little bit, which creates more space for us to play in. Now, as we're coming up, what we got to be careful of is not bringing everybody in. Okay, we don't want to go, okay, let's just bring all the center backs. Okay, because now we're in a situation where if we lose the ball, it's 1v1 via the goalie, okay? Or it's going to be our center back just trying to chase and get to the inside of them. So what we want to do is, as this comes in, and for the purpose of this, I want to clear these guys out for a second. I want you to be able to see this without all these extra bodies, all right? So I'm going to leave the striker right here because he's kind of important. But I'm going to bring everybody else in. So let's say my striker's coming up with the ball. My center mid's running with them, okay? My wings are playing wide. My DM is going to play above everybody. So you can see here, there's a natural triangle, right? So if I get stuck, I have to turn around and have my DM here. My DM now has options. He can go wide with it. So it becomes the dispersal person. He can move that ball to wherever he needs to go with it. And we have very strong-legged DMs. We can go ahead and send those balls wide. We can play it all the way up to the center mids through their line. There's a lot of opportunities, okay? The attack, as we get into the final third, okay, and we can know it's going to be tighter. Everything in the final third has to be faster. We talked about that before. Center mid comes in, then I start cheating in. Okay, then I start taking my posts. So right wing is responsible for near post, left wing is responsible for back post. So this way we have options. If they drop in a couple defenders, we can move the ball wide, we can take a shot from the outside, at which point we're crashing the back post, we're crashing it with the center mid, crashing the striker. Everything's going to be faster. The DM is going to come up to the very top of the D. All right? Again, we're in a position where the ball comes out. And I'm going to tell this to the defensive mid. You kind of want to go where the ball is. So if the ball's on this side of the right mid, come to this side of the D. Ball's on this side, you're going to this side of the D. This way, you, again, natural triangles. You get jammed up, boom, you're right here. You could take that shot. Okay? You can take a touch back into the other direction and take a shot. The DM has got to be a threat. The reason why is, as we do put these guys back on the board, if the DM is a threat, they just can't all sit back here and wait for you. Okay? They can't just all hog the line and block your shots, because they can't leave this dude alone. Okay? And that's going to be natural. They're going to bring a lot of people back. They're going to bring back their center mids. They're going to bring back their defensive line. Anything they got, they're going to leave the striker high. Okay? They're going to probably bring back their wings a little bit. I would hope they wouldn't bring everybody back, but they could. You never know. Some teams aren't prepared for that, and they'll bring everybody back. And you can see, look at the log jam here. If everyone comes back, it is very difficult for anyone inside to get the shot. However, when the ball comes out, what do they naturally do? They start coming out. Okay? They're like, oh no, we're in trouble, right? So they start coming out. Again, I have to watch this. If my center mid, they start coming out, and let's say my striker stays high, and everybody else starts coming out, I can't play my striker anymore. Okay, he's offsides. So, but the DM right here being a threat means that they're going to see that, and they're going, okay, let's get out of here and get that guy. So you have that opportunity to take that shot, or now if you're playing smart as these guys are coming in, your right wing drops back, and you can kind of play back out of the box to bring them out, and then you open more space up. So it's faster in this space. And I'm going to tell you guys, I'll be honest with you, they're not going to probably jam the box up that much. The only time they're going to jam the box up that much is they have a lead and they want to hold it. They'll start dropping everybody back. But the nice thing about this, more bodies means more arms, more heads, more chances for penalties off a handball or head. So, again, take your shot. Don't wait for the perfect one. If you're in this area and you have a ball, take your shot, because if we can get them that rebound, ball's in the back of the net. Okay? When we shoot, we crash. It's simple. Okay? So if I took these guys back off the board for a second, go to your bench, guys. All right. So I took these guys back off the board. If that goalie catches the ball, I want to be on him. Okay? Striker, center mid, coming right at him. Okay? Looks up, sees you guys. Don't touch him. Don't run into him. Just come in, go for the ball. If the ball is in his hands, back off. But this way, there's always this constant fear in his head that if I drop this ball, they're putting it in. And what happens then is goalies have a tendency of dropping the ball. So the more you can come at the goalie and crash the goalie, especially at this age, the more the confidence breaks and you have a chance to get a rebound later on. Especially if you're noticing that the goalie has a hard time controlling the ball. Okay? Back post, always being covered. If that ball is being shot from this side, I want that back post. Ball bounces out, boom, I'm in. Okay? Also, there's a situation where maybe the wing's over here and get past it knowing the goalie's right there, and now we got a shot in the goal. Okay? So don't give up on the ball. So many times I see it. I see like the center and the striker going in, and the wings hang back, and I go, shots fired, ball bounces out, and the wing's all the way back here. Okay? Don't want to do that. You got to come up with the attack. Trust the DM to have your back. Now, on this defensive side, okay, if there's a striker, we can't send everybody in. Okay, if they're going to hold a striker high, we can't say, okay, you know what, I'm going to go here, and I'm going to send my back in here, and I'm going to send another back in here, because if they get the ball and they play it out, again, we're one-on-one v goalie. So, if I'm a center back, and if there's one, think of it this way, if there's one defender, if there's one attacker, I need two defenders. Okay? So maybe I keep my left back here, and I work with them, and now we're 2-on-1. Maybe I send the right back up if the ball's on this side to be in a position to help on a playback. Ball's on this side, maybe it's the opposite. Right back drops back in, center back comes over here, left back now goes in. So is there a lot of movement in the back line? Yes, there is. We have got to be able to play these guys up to help out, create those overloads. But if that ball switches the other side, these guys have to know to come back. So our center back has to be constantly telling them, go up, come back. Especially if there's that guy holding here. Now, there's no one holding here. You have complete options. You can run these guys up, and you can hold that line by yourself, center back. Okay? Now, it changes a little bit if they bring two. Especially if it's a team that has two forwards. We can't send people in. All right? We can't send in a right back and a left back because for every player, we should have an extra one. Okay? So I'm going to keep these guys back. I'm going to keep them tight. Make it difficult for them. So if that play out comes in, yes, now I can send these guys to muck up their day, get the ball, push it back in again. Whereas if it's just me and the left back versus these two, the play that they have is they have a ton of options. They can take the ball wide, they can play the ball through, a lot of things they can do. But with three, it's very difficult to move that ball forward. All right, so always be mindful of how many attackers they send at you. Outside of that, so let's just talk really quickly about free kicks. All right, free kicks and corners really quick. So again, I'm going to pull these guys off the board. All right, so free kicks. Free kicks will be typically done by the DM. All right, there'll be some exceptions depending on who's out there as defensive mid. If it's not someone who's known for their shooting or doesn't have the leg strength at this time, I may have the CM take it. All right, and then the DM will come up instead. All right, so we're going to create that overload. We always take on the back line on any free kick, we take what they give us. So let's say we have a center back, a right back, and a left back. Okay, there we go. If I'm the striker, I'm going to be in a position where I can make that run. Okay, but I have to make sure I'm onside. All right, DM's going to be in a spot right here because there's always a situation where if they're all holding and we pass the ball, we have an option here to still hit that. Okay, if we see nothing, if there's no shot there, you know, goalie's in a good position, they have a great line in front of you, you have nowhere to go, then you got to change your plans. All right, so as you can see right here, we have 3 runners. We can always push the DM for more runners if we needed to, but for right now, let's look at it this way where, okay, so they jammed us pretty good. They got, let's just say they're doing a full line in the back. Okay, it's a little bit crazy, but they're going to do a full line to make sure we can't get through. All right, we take what they give us. The center back's the furthest position, so you can see that the striker is already on them. So in this case, left wing can swing out. Now we got to play here, and now we got a shot here if we needed to, or we can run a situation where now we're overlapping with our striker and we're back into a spot where we can shoot. So it's not always going to be a shot on goal. Obviously, that's our number one thing. We put a shot on goal. We're in a position to recover rebounds. They have the back to the goal, so it's a little bit tougher for them to play it out. They may, if they ever, and this is my favorite, is when they drop back their backs to be on the goal post on a free kick. Okay, you can be right in front of the goalie. We should be in front of the goalie in this case, because in this case we can still screen. We can't touch the goalie. We can screen the shot. DM comes to the top of the box. You know, these guys are just taking man. So we can put a man on this guy, put a man on this guy. They're putting a man on the DM. I'm taking that shot every single time because I have a striker right there to screen. All right. So again, presence of mind. A lot of this stuff, just so you know, it's good. You're going to learn over the course of the year. I'm not expecting you to remember all this. All right. That is the work of the coaches to keep you informed of what's going on so we can make these adjustments. The corner kicks are basically the same way. Usually it'll be the opposite wing. So let's say it is a left side corner kick. It'll be a right footer that probably takes it. And on the other side, be a left footer that takes it. That way, your natural drag on the ball will have a little bit of curve, and you can actually put it towards the center of the dot a lot easier. Whereas you're shooting the opposite way, the ball's going to come out. So the ball will go like this instead of like this, and we want the ball to come in. Okay. With the corner kick, let's talk about that really quick. So we got a goalkeeper, put him in the natural position. All right, we're gonna have them put 2 guys on the posts. Not exactly ideal for them, but we're gonna do that. And then we're gonna have them just mark everybody, right? So we're gonna mark with our center back, our striker, our center mid is gonna come up now. Our DM is gonna play ball side. Okay, so again, situation. If I don't have this, if I can't put the ball into this space, which is perfect space, right? We talked about this before. If I can run this, my ideal situation would be the stacked line. See how it is a diagonal? Because if I do this right, I have my striker here. And quite frankly, I'm not really worried about this guy. I can play this guy here and the striker back and then this way. Because now I got 3 guys here to play into. So you got to see what they give you. Corner kicks are very fluid. We're going to work on different formations and shapes that you could run. We're going to do banana runs and all this other stuff. But if you don't have it, I tell players, if you don't have it, don't just force the shot. You know, find your DM. Now your DM is in position to shoot. They're not going to clear out the box fast enough. So if we take that shot from here, we can crash it. All right. Especially if you got guys on post. It is very difficult to clear a box when you get guys on post. All right, because they're more worried about what's going to happen with the goalkeeper. They don't clear out; they'll stay high, which gives our striker more opportunity to move in the space. Okay, I always tell the corner kicker, people to do the corner kicks, aim for that center dot. That's where you want to place it. Okay? Is no man's land for a goalie. Goalies have a hard time coming out and playing that, because if they come out too far and we're on the other side of it, they misplay the ball, it's a very easy goal. All right? So aim for the center dot, just maybe slightly above it. That's why when we do these corner kicks, I kind of prefer to have that angle. So we don't all have to stand here. Matter of fact, you shouldn't. You should move in when the corner kick comes, not be standing in one spot. I think Coach Jordan talked about that before, and we'll cover that during the season. So this is a long video, and I'm going to end